Assalamu alaikum, good evening, namaskar. Are you all ready? Have you all ordered something? Please order something, guys. It's gonna take a while. Good. It's really good to see some old faces and some young ones, new ones. Sorry, I meant new ones. Really, I meant new ones. Thank you so much for being here, guys. The old ones, I'm here the second time just because of you all. Really, thank you all for the support. Welcome to Humor Infection, the second show since we went offline because of the pandemic. Yeah, really welcome here. It's good to see you all. And I have this anxiety disorder. When I walk into a place with so many people, I just forget everything. I forgot my jokes. I don't know what I'm saying. I've just written something here which I will read out to you later. But I've just forgotten all my jokes. I don't know what I'm going to talk about here. But when I was walking here, I really love the place. And so many restaurants, live kitchens. I like to see them prepare things. Because I'm a chef myself. And I assure you, my food is not as bad as my comedy. Yeah. Yes, that's why I'm here as the MC. Because as George Bernard Shaw said, that those who can, do. Those who can't, become MC. So I'm just here so that you all can start smiling and feel comfortable. And I'm going to leave the laughter out to the headliner of the show, the cool headliner because of which you all are here. The guy who gets his picture on the poster that you all saw on Instagram. Abbas Al-Lawati, guys, let's give a huge round of applause for Human Affection. Abbas Al-Lawati, Dayad, for having us here, our friends at Just Jam who helped us set up, and also Valpost for those guys for giving us hand sanitizers. Yeah, huge round of applause, please. Louder, please. Yes. Thank you. It makes me feel so good now because my ADSD has come up and my anxiety, and they both are chilling together, and here I'm trembling. And because of my ADHD, I've forgotten all my jokes also. So normally what I do if my ADHD kicks in, I just sit and solve the Rubik's Cube. Does any of you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube? मेरा भी नहीं था भाई. But it's easy. It's actually easy, and I can teach it to you in 3 hours. It's actually easy. So I was solving my Rubik's Cube and I was listening to some music. I wrote a few words on smile. Would you all like to listen to the few words? Come on guys, I've written it here. Smile. An everlasting smile. A smile can bring you near to me. Don't ever let me find you down, because that will bring a tear to me. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a brand new story now, my love. Right now, there will be no other time. And I can show you now, my love. You recognize these lines? Yeah? Yeah, so I was listening to this song only and I wrote a few lines. I didn't say these are my own lines. Come on, guys. Let's. Do you all want me blabbering here, or you want to get the headliner on? Okay, no reply. It's pretty hot here. I'm sweating. Thank you guys for coming all the way here. You all really must be going through something, to come to this comedy show and see these bunch of fools. Really. So I hope whatever you all are going through gets solved. And let me welcome my headliner for today, Abbas Al-Lawati, guys.
Can I have a round of applause, guys, for the MC? Guys, give a round of applause. Come on. I told him to make people smile and laugh before he leaves the stage, before I come on, but he started doing poetry and shit. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Who was that? Wow, that's a loud laughter, man. Nice. Oh, that was him. Hey, man, what's up with you here? You doing what? Can you leave the comedy to me? Yeah, alright. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Where are you guys from? Sri Lanka. Nice. I've been to Sri Lanka. But I went to Appa. I just know that. Yeah, I just kind of went there. How long have you been in Oman, man? 5 years. And what do you do? You work here. Can you give me like more specific answers than generic answers? I work here. I'm a male. What else? GIS. Alright, man. Welcome to the show, guys. Wow, look at this crowd. Wow. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Good. Everyone's happy. Hi. 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 By the way, first of all, guys, before we kick off with the show, can I have a big round of applause for Die Hard, guys? Give a round of applause for the stage. Give a round of applause for all the staff members, the owners of the place, yourself for coming in. Yourself. Give it up. Keep going. Wow, that table is busy eating. They didn't even clap. Guys, are you enjoying your food? Hello? I was like, can you clap? And you were like, enjoy, guys, that's good. I can see that some people are ordering stuff and some people have just come here to chill and not order anything. Hey, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. Nice. Where are you guys from? India. And you guys are together, married? Together though. You should be married, not just together. So, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Abbas Al-Lawati. I run this comedy club called Human Infection. And I'm just waiting for her to finish ordering so I can talk. I mean, people can also order just by whispering that, hey, can I have like one shake? Or like, can I have one shake? And so yeah, it's all right. Holy shit, guys, watch out, yeah. I paid 17 euros for that. So yeah, guys, my name is Abbas. Like I said, I run a local comedy club called Human Infection, where we try to hire comedians. But the scene is still there. It's still picking up, but it's going to get there, inshallah, slowly but surely. And yeah, welcome to this show. Are there any influencers, bloggers? I was told there were like bloggers and influencers in the audience. No? No bloggers? Damn, I was told they'll come here and they'll give me my big break. They're going to take like pictures and shit of me, and now I know. Are you a blogger, sir? No? Why do you look scared? It's okay. You don't owe me money, it's alright. Damn, it's so hot. Bloody hell. But yeah, man, things are a little hard. I thought bloggers are going to be here, but they're not here, so I can do a couple of jokes that I have. Yeah, on bloggers. I mean, see, I was talking to the owners of Die Hard, and they told me that, Abbas, we want to keep this platform for a local talent. And I was like, talent, right? Because see, you guys assume that I'm going to be funny. And you guys got here. It's just the faith that you guys are. Or else, if I just bomb the whole show, you guys have no other choice but to just sit here and just pretend as if it's funny, like this guy. Yeah? Don't agree to it, man. Holy shit. But yeah, people are just here, they're thinking that, it's going to be funny, and they're here. And then it got me thinking that maybe they hired me because they want to set the bar really low. And then when they even hired, like, say, an influencer, first of all, guys, let me put it like this. The word influencer, it's a heavy word to throw around. I mean, for me, from my era, if you ask me, influencers were Gandhi, Mother Teresa, right? Muhammad Ali. Like, do you really think this is influencing? You know what I'm saying? All the guys know what I'm saying. You know, man, VPN all the way. So, are you dating, bro? You're not dating. And were you dating ever? No. Damn, you need to find this guy a girlfriend, man.
Yes, man, it's VPN.
No. VPN is just your virtual girlfriend, man. You need to hold someone else's hand every now and then. So, मुझे हिंदी भी आती है बाय द वे. सुलेमान देना इसको. क्या देने का बोल रहा है ये मुझे नहीं पता. अच्छा. So, all right. And any single ladies in the house? By run of course, single ladies. Single ladies. Oh, we have a single lady and a single guy. Where are you from, man? Pakistan. Where are you from? Hey, where are you from, man? Yeah. Pakistan. This is brilliant, man. Match made in heaven. This is awesome. Wow. I'm like a matchmaker. This is what I'm doing, man, right now. Brilliant. So yeah, what I was talking about influencers, right? I mean, see, first of all, when these influencers put up like pictures of themselves, right? They'll have like a picture of like a girl. See, I don't look at male influencers because, okay, I like watching women influencers. So they'll be like standing in a bathing suit and they'll have a picture and they'll take a picture and will say, "How are you?" Who does that? Like, what if I walked up to you, bro, and I went like, "Hey man, how are you?" See, you would be like, "I was all right until now, until you did this shit," right? But a lot of weird people come to my show, so I don't judge, okay? I mean, not you guys. I mean, a lot of other weird people come to my show. But are you guys having fun? Are you guys feeling hot by any chance? It's really hot, right? Welcome to Muscat, guys. This is what happens. You will never find a girl. This is what happens. No, it's okay. I know, jokey pokey, but then pokey comes later. What's your name, man? Where are you from?
I'm Omar.
You are Oman. So we all living inside you. That didn't sound right. Okay, you're Omani?
Yes. I'm going to do some free advertising here. Yuzu Agriculture. Check us out on Instagram.
Welcome to the comedy show, guys. This is what people do. Oh, man. Wow, that was so sweet, man. Someone passed me a tissue. All right, so I'll tell you. In my last show, there was this one person who came for my show, and then he gave me a call later on. I don't know how he got my number, but he gave me a call, and he was like, "Hey, Abbas, I've got a business proposal for you." Now, me being a stand-up comedian, the first thing that hits me is that, oh, I get more gigs, right? Like, for example, what do you do, sir? You work for a hospital. What do you do though? You look like you just hide dead bodies and stuff. I work for the hospital. And what do you do in a hospital? You must be doing something, right? Front office manager. So if someone comes up and tells you that, "Hey man, I've got a business proposal for you," so instantly you will assume that yes, maybe he's going to supply me with some medical equipment or whatever it is. Now this guy called me and he started talking to me and he's like, "Yeah, boss, I've got a business proposal, blah, 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 blah." And he's like, "Oh, I've got a product." I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "So you can be the seller and you can be the consumer as well." And I was like, "Isn't this a pyramid scheme? Have you guys been through that?" And then he told me you can set up an empire and he started showing me all these dreams, right? And I was like, yeah, because I think 10 years back, almost 10 to 12 years back, I'd gone for this seminar. It was in a South Indian man's house. That's not a joke, by the way. Huh? It was in a South Indian man's house and his name was Mr. Titty Thomas. I'm not even kidding. So it was in his house. He had a whole presentation going on. He had like a white screen and there were like other people as well. There were like around 20 people. So I sat down and he started showing this presentation. He's like, "All right, so if you buy this product, you sell it to 3 people and those 3 people will work under you and then blah, blah." You know how it goes. And then he started showing pictures of like mansions and like Lamborghinis and then yachts. And then he showed me a picture where I knew it was a scam because he showed me a picture of a yacht. And in that yacht, there were like girls in bikinis and stuff. Like, no. You see, we live in Muscat. Okay, the least that's going to happen is 4 guys in dishdash and 1 girl in abaya. Okay? And even that girl will ask you to censor her face with an emoji like, That's what they do, right? They post the picture and they go like, please can you censor my face with their emoji? Any Omani girls in the house? Omani girls? Welcome to the show, ma'am. Welcome. Right on time. 8:20, Omani time. That's what it is. While I was getting ready, I have a Range Rover. Do you have a Range Rover? Because if not, then you're not supposed to get late. See, we all belong to a middle class family. We're supposed to be on time. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Guys, take a seat. Take a seat. Just take a seat. Oh, they're your friends. Nice. Even better. Nice. Good. So yeah, that happens, man. Muscat, I think dating in Muscat is really hard. You know, right? You've been single all your life. He would know the best. He's like the Dr. Single, you know what I mean? But any other single guys in the house? Any other single guys in the house? सारों के हाथ ऊपर तो आप कर लो भाई क्या हो गया कुछ और भी ऊपर कर लो करना है करो. So single and where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? Pakistan. And how old are you guys? 20. So by 21 you're going to get married because your parents are going to ask you to. Right? That's right. I'll tell you, dating in Muscat is really hard, man. Like only once. I think, let's get back to the pyramid scheme, by the way. Talking about the pyramid scheme that the guy was trying to sell me. The funny part is that the pyramid scheme, the guy who was trying to sell it to me was Egyptian. Any Egyptians in the house? Egyptians? Where? Oh wow, one Egyptian. Amale. So Egyptian people are very cool because now we have one. Two Egyptian people. One more. You see, you know you're Egyptian just by looking at them. They have like curly hair and
Egyptian and Pakistani at the same time.
what the hell went wrong there, man? Egyptian and Pakistani. That's brilliant, man. Thank you for the pyramids, by the way, guys. And feta cheese, if that comes from Egypt. No? Okay. But you know, there are these theories about pyramids. I don't know how Egyptians take this, but they say that aliens helped you to build the pyramids. Is that true? Because Egyptians are hardworking. But then, can you imagine aliens came down to this planet and the first people they interacted were with Egyptians? No wonder they never came back. No, I'm trying to say that Egyptians are cool people, man. They're very nice. My best friend was Egyptian. Now he left the country. Now I have two more best friends from Egypt. But I think if aliens wanted to come down to this planet for the first time, they should have interacted with Lebanese people. How many Lebanese people in the house? Lebanese? See, I told you, they're like a luxury. They never come in. How many Indians in the house? Indian people? See, it's like buying them from Lulu. They come in a package, man. They don't come in one. They're like those expired chocolates in Lulu. You know, free offer, 3 Snicker bars, all of them together. And let me talk to the table over there, guys. Hey, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. Wow, this guy didn't even look at me. Hey, man. That was insulting. Hi, guys, can you hear me back there? Loud and clear? Can I have where are you guys from, all of you? So why are you embarrassed? All of you Indians, yeah? Listen guys, you live in Oman, and in Oman everyone is equal, right? Because can I have a round of applause for this beautiful country, guys? Give a round of applause for Oman. Yeah. Expats were clapping the hardest though. Please don't change the visa rules. Can I have another tissue if you don't mind? This one has become small. Oh. Guys, I'm going to take breaks and talk here because first of all, I'm not feeling well and so hot as hell. I think I'm going to pass out. That'll be the biggest joke. Just performing and go like, alright guys, Abbas? Sorry? No, but then you can see the sweat stains inside and it's just very not pleasing. What do you say? I need to keep the mic closed. That didn't look right. She was like, please speak up. Say, keep the mic closer to your mouth. Okay? There's some single guys in the audience, man. I don't want to take chances. But yeah, Lebanese, no Lebanese people in the house. Lebanese people, man. I don't know, I just got a privilege once to be with a Lebanese girl. And we went for a date. Yeah, yes ma'am, I've dated a Lebanese girl. But then it was a 2-day relationship. And I'll tell you why. Because it was Valentine's Day and I asked her where she wanted to go. And she instantly just went like, oh, let's go to Sherry. I'm a Lawati. We don't do shitty so easily, okay? It's only when we're getting married or when we're getting divorced. Those are two times when you go to shitty. And she was like, okay, let's do that. I took her out, and that's why I was always very keen on dating Indian and Pakistani women. All right? Pakistani women are beautiful. All of you agree? Pakistani women are beautiful? Yeah? Can I have a yeah? Can I have some energy, guys? Come on. It's a free show. You guys didn't even pay for anything, man. Bloody hell. You guys are like upset. Like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, Pakistani girls are beautiful. How many people think Indian girls are beautiful? Man, you didn't look convinced. You were like, and where you, that table, what a beautiful table we have over there. Where are you guys from? India. And what do? You guys look very rich. You guys live at the Wave or something? Huh? Okay. Okay. And what do you guys do in Oman? Okay, even serial killers do that. Just letting you know. Okay, well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So yeah, I prefer dating Indian and Pakistani women, and I've been doing that all my life, almost, okay? Don't judge me. And I remember I was with this one Pakistani girl, and I don't know if you guys agree that Pakistani girls are beautiful. You guys will also agree that Pakistani girls, they have an amazing accent, but their grammar is out of the window. Like they'll use words like, I was hurted, I ate it. And so I was with this girl, okay? I picked her up from Hamria. That's not a joke. Why are you laughing, man? You judgmental prick. So I picked her up from Hamria and I took her for a date to Subway because she lived in Hamria, so Subway was like... So I took her to Subway, and while she sat in the car, she was talking to me and she was like, oh yeah, and I was like, where do you go to school? And she was like, Pakistan school in Muscat. I was like, okay. See, I'm not judging again. If you have your accent, keep your natural accent. That's what I'm trying to say. So I took her to Subway, and then we were sitting there, and she was like, she was making her sandwich, right? So she was like, can I have some tomatoes? And then she was like, can I have some pickle? And then I was waiting for this one item. And I was like, no, not onion. I was like, and then she went like, and some lettuce. And I was like, who lettuce in my life? By the way, guys, clapping is free, okay? This takes a lot of hard work. Wow. Love you too, man. In a non-Pakistani way. Wow, I have to ask for you to clap. Like, guys, clapping is free. So yeah, wow. Let me take a break. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Woo. Hello, bhai. Please don't switch off the fan like that. Woo. So, so I was with this Pakistani girl, yeah, and then we went together after that. And things are a little different. My mother's Pakistani, by the way. Just letting you know, in case before you think that, oh, this guy's making fun of Pakistan, my mother's Pakistani. Too late. If I said my mother's Spanish, you guys would be like, wow, what a mix, Omani Spanish, wow. I said Pakistani, you guys were like, should I clap? You guys were like, nudging each other. Yeah, so my mom's Pakistani, my dad's Omani, by the way. And yeah, thank you. Actually, don't. So my mom is Pakistani, and I remember my dad. By the way, my mom got her nationality now. She got a passport. And I remember, it's okay. You should ask my dad. He was the most upset person when my mom got her passport. And I'll tell you why. Because my dad was like, shit, she's got rights now. Because my father, he had this business. He used to go to Pakistan a lot, okay? He had his own business. And my grandfather as well. They had their own ship. So they used to transport stuff, pick up women from there and come back. That's what they did all the time, just going and coming back. And My father told me that all my forefathers got married to Pakistani women. All of them. Like if you trace back 4 to 5 generations, all my forefathers got married to Pakistani women. And that got me thinking that maybe Pakistan was like their own little Las Vegas. Where they would go, party, gamble, get married. And you know what they say, that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? What happens in Pakistan comes back with you. As your wife. Okay, I think only this line is enjoying the show. Rest of them, okay, you guys are busy eating, so that's fine. You guys can keep eating. That table, can you guys hear me, by the way? Or my jokes are bad? What? My jokes are bad? Oh, okay, fine. Wow. I'm gonna take a break, guys. I think I'm losing my voice. Are you guys having fun? Can I have a round of applause? Can I? Yeah. So by the way, guys, the show is still on. It's not over. Hey, welcome guys, right on time. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. So, what do you guys want to talk about next? Imagine if I just stood here for like 45 minutes. Where are you guys from, by the way? Oman? Skip the table. Because I don't know laws, man. I mean, if I say something, next thing I know, I'm getting sued. And my dad's Lawadi, he won't pay a 1 riyal to bail me out. So I'm good here. By the way, I was watching this ad. My mom watches a lot of these soap operas on the channel. You guys watch all those dramas, Indian dramas, where they pan into the character 100 times. Like, say something, say something. Just say anything. Love you. That's what the whole TV serial is about that. The whole TV serial is about that. And when you see ads, I don't know if you've watched this ad, but there's this ad of Head and Shoulders. And how many of you know Wasim Akram? Wasim Akram, the great cricketer? Yeah? Now, there's an ad, Head and Shoulder ad, and Wasim Akram comes to the TV and he goes like, let's make Pakistan 100% dandruff free. And I was like, is that the real problem? Don't you think there are other problems like poverty and corruption in politics? I mean, you can live with dandruff 20%, they won't kill you, but all this will steal your money. Right? And by the way, I did this joke in my last gig, and a Pakistani man got offended. Yeah. And by the way, I dress like this, right? So they assume that they can just come up to me and threaten me. So this Pakistani guy came up to me and he was like, what is your name? I was like, Abbas Al-Lawadi. He's like, I will send you back to your country. I'm like, where, Matra? Because that's where all the Lawadis live. The cutest threat ever. He was like, I'll send you back to your country. But hey guys, I'm here to have fun, you know that. I'm just here to make you guys laugh. If I fail, it's okay, I already got paid. And that guy's unemployed with that silencer outside. Oh shit, bikers. No, no, shh. They're in a gang of bikes. So yeah, this is some funny stuff, man. Oh, I need some more water, I'm getting dehydrated.
Hey, you didn't tell me you're getting paid.
I'm getting late.
Paid? You said I'm getting paid.
We'll talk about this later. I'm not getting paid, it's just in burgers and fries, that's it. Oh god, so hot. By the way, any people, do you shop on OLX? OLX Oman? For used cars? Yeah, who? This guy. And this guy. Are you a spokesperson? Nice. Why don't you come on the stage, man? I want to talk to you. Come on, give a round of applause to this guy. Come on. Introduce yourself, man.
My name is Muhammad Anas.
Okay, and what do you do, man?
Yeah, I don't know anything. I studied here and then I'm done. Like, I'm just nothing.
sound uninspiring, but he's got a lot of stories. So, Muhammad, how long have you been in Oman, man?
I'm born and raised here.
Born and raised here. Now, why don't
But still no passport.
any people from Labour Court doesn't have a visa, man? That's
I
okay.
have a visa, but not a passport. I'm born and raised here.
Oh, he's saying he doesn't have the Omani nationality. Oh, man, honestly, it doesn't matter. These are all man-made boundaries. Pakistani, Indians, Omanis, Bangladeshis. In the end, we all are one. It's just that we don't. Okay, clap for it. It's just that when there's new rules, we don't leave. You guys go like, bye Abbas, it was nice meeting you. But Muhammad, man, it was great having you on stage. Love your story. You studied and now you have nothing to do. and what do you plan on doing? I mean, there must be something that you dream of doing.
Yeah, leaving the country.
All right, man, let's. Yeah! Yes! All right, man. Wow! I don't know, we came here to laugh, but I want to cry. That was heartbreaking, man. Wow. But yeah, so like I was saying, I don't know how many people shop at OLX, but I'll tell you the kind of ads I come across. Okay, first of all, I want to ask you this question. Why do people put up their cars on OLX and then charge a premium and then caption it as expat driven? What do you mean? You mean it's not Omani driven, right? That's what you try to write, right? I'll tell you how an Omani takes care of his car. He takes care of his car the way he takes care of his baby. Okay? We drive a car really well. We don't speed, we don't do anything of that sort. We don't need hummus and stuff in our car. We don't do it. And I'll tell you the other kind of ads that I see. There was this one ad that I saw. It said brand new Nissan Maxima 2005. And I was like, yeah, that's what brand new means, right? There was another guy, he was like, car in perfect condition, inside out, only engine broken. And then there was this expat, and they put their profession in OLX. They go like doctor driven. I'm like, you could be a wife beater, I don't care, until you take care of your car. Who cares, right? Sir, you're blowing on your hand. Is there a problem with you?
It's hot.
And how does this
Hands
help?
are sweaty.
Huh?
Hands are sweaty.
Oh, your palms are sweaty? Are your knees weak and your arms are heavy? So guys, how many people live in Rui? Rui? People from Rui? Hey, nice. No wonder you want to leave. But yeah, Rui is tough, man. I grew up in Rui, okay? That means I belong to a middle class family, and I'm not embarrassed to admit that. A lot of people hide, right? A lot of people like live in Gala and stuff. And when you ask them where do you live, they go like South Goshen. And you're like, no man, you live in that exit where on expressway it starts smelling like poo. Right? And you know when that area comes, no one trusts no one in the car. Everyone looks at each other like, what do you do? What do you do? What did you eat? But no, it's the treatment, the whole of Muscat's poo merges over there, right? Even yours and mine, they just meet over there. Like, hey man, bro, how's BPN? And so yeah. Oh, shit. So yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people hide stuff that they live in Rui. I wasn't embarrassed. As a matter of fact, I lived in Rui for 9 years. 9 years. And then finally my father came up to us and he went like, guys, we're moving out. And I was like, yes, finally I'll have white friends and I'll be able to go to Karjeen just by walking. And I was like, Dad, where are we moving? He's like, there. We moved to Mumtaz area, which is like the Shati of Rui. Right? And he moved over there and things haven't changed. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in Rui, there are like these very bizarre, weird shops that you come across. Like in Rui, there's a shop, and the shop is called Fashion Planet. And when you go to Fashion Planet, when you ask them, do you have jackets? They're like, no. You're like, do you have jeans? They're like, no. And you know what they sell? They only sell those cheap underwears, the 3 ones. Like once you wear it, you wash it, and then you're, hey, I can catch fish with this. It's got like so many holes in it, but you still wear it because you paid for it. I thought that joke is going to do really well. But no, don't. I deserve it. Don't clap. Don't clap. I need to learn from this shit. You cannot put me on a pedestal and be like, no, yeah, encourage. Don't encourage me, okay? Because once I make it big, I won't remember any of you guys. I'm telling you, I'm being really honest. Like, you guys will be like, Abbas, you remember me? I'm like, God, shoot him. That's how I'm being really honest, guys, okay? Until now, I think I'm just good enough to not quit and bad enough to not make it big. That's my life right now, okay? So anyway, I was living in Rui and I saw this one shop that blew my mind. And the title of the shop was Sale of Steel Boxes. That's it. There was nothing else. Sale of steel boxes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you walking up to your father and going like, Dad, I want to open up a shop. And you go like, what? And you go like, steel boxes. Can you repeat it to me? I want to absorb it.
Dad, I want to open a shop.
Don't call me your dad. Just say I want to. You're ruining it, man. Just no, don't repeat exact words. Just be like, I want to open up a shop of steel
I
boxes.
want to open up a shop of steel boxes.
Okay, beta, you can. You already called me your father, so let's do it. But I think that shop was owned by a white person. I'll tell you why. Any white people in the house? I can see a few. You see? That's unfair over there. All of you, only 3 of them. You're like the potatoes you buy at Lulu, that's like the luxury watches from Kimji's. There you go, look at that. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Where are you guys from? Canada. I'm sorry. Because that's what you guys do, you guys keep apologizing, but hey, welcome to the show. Oh, you're from Canada. What about the other 2 blokes over there? Oi! Welcome to the show, mate. Do you like to have some water? Wow, now I know I made it big because the English people in my show, right? Nice, good to have you guys here. Look at this. Guys, look at the kind of treatment you get. You guys ruled them for 200 years, you guys are still clapping for you. Right? Yeah! Woo! Woo! But thanks for leaving, guys, ultimately. Welcome to the show, guys. No, guys, come on, I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just doing comedy, okay? And no one can do anything because I've got bataka shakhsiyya. Oh, it feels so good when I wear, you know, Halloween, I wear Vishdasha and I scares expats. I don't need a mask or anything. It feels good. Well, I'll tell you something very honestly, okay? If I'm dressed up like this, and if I'm driving on the road, and I remember there was this one guy, it was an English family I knew because it was red plate, Eurocar, a family of 4, and everyone is just looking straight. You know, that's how white people drive. And this guy cut in front of me, and I honked at him, and he went like, "Oi, screw you!" And he just, I was like, ugh. But the other day, I was in my Dishdash and I was driving, and this guy cut in front of me, same scenario. I think after a week or so, the guy cut in front of me, I honked at him, he came on the sunny side apologizing. Like he was apologizing, his wife was apologizing, I'm about to divorce him, like he's shit driver. There was a baby in the backseat, he was like, please forgive us. It feels great when I wear my Dishdash and I go to an ATM, I part expats like Moses. I'm like, Fadal Albab, Fadal. It feels good, man, I won't lie. A lot of people go like, oh, you know, Abbas, we're all equal. Yeah, we are equal, we're humans after all, man. And all this doesn't separate us, I'm just making jokes. In reality, I'm a very nice guy. Why the silence? What? This is the part where you clap. You go like, Abbas, yeah, you're a nice guy. Sorry? Waiting for the punchline. Oh, well played, Mr. VPN, well played. By the way, I had this question since you've been sitting in front of me. Why is your right hand bigger than your left hand? What? What? Look, both his hands are big. I don't know why that is, but some people prefer whatever. Okay. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Hello, hello, hi. Are you here for the comedy show? Yeah, right. It was supposed to start at 8. Who cares, right? It's just 8:45. Come on in, but ladies are always welcome. Come on, grab a seat. If there were 3 guys, I would have sent them back. But girls, come on, come on. Come on, yeah. And can you take your mask off so I can see? Okay, now you can sit. So what was I talking about? Yeah, OLX ads, cars, and then where was I? Anyone was listening? What the hell was that? Huh? No, pyramid scheme was in the start, man. What the hell? No, not even that, man. That's done.
Your ID card. Your ID card.
Whoever kind of guesses what joke I was doing, I have some merchandise, I'll give it to that person.
Your ID card.
My ID card. This guy over here. Can I have a round of applause for this guy? Give it up. Yeah. Actually, that was wrong too. I have to check. Yeah, I was on sale of steel boxes and white pens, how they support their children's dream. I mean, I'm sure you there, I'm not trying to pick on you, I swear. What is your dream? If you tell something to your parents, if you want to become something, what is that they would support? You know that they would instantly be like, yes, do that, I'll pay for it. Man, shit, this guy's no ambitions. Let's move on. Okay, you there. Where are you from?
India.
India. Look like from Mars, man. Wow, like it's so shiny. Wow, it's like crystal maze. Okay, and what is that you want to do and you think your parents would support?
Make a baby.
Make a baby? Are you married? Wow. You know that doesn't require your parents' permission, right?
They would support it. They would support
You're not
it.
like, hold up. Hello, mommy, daddy. I can't say further because their family is over here, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But seriously, say for example, in my case, when I told my dad that, Dad, I want to do comedy, he was completely against it. Because you see, I was a banker for 7 years and I quit that job. I was about to complete the trifecta of becoming the perfect Nawadi son. I was a banker, I used to wear specs, and I was about to buy a Lexus. But then I quit all of that and I started doing comedy. And my father was so upset. And as a matter of fact, the first time I told my father that I'm about to do stand-up comedy, he told me, son, don't do it. I'm like, what? He's like, comedy. I'm like, why? He's like, because it's haram. I'm like, what? I'm like, where does it say it's haram? He's like, it says in the books. I'm like, which books? He's like, Harry Potter, I don't know. But because my dad is like a bad boxer. He's like Mike Tyson. If you corner him, he'll bite your ear. He won't fight back. Okay, that's what he did. And I was just like, Dad, come on, man, comedy is cool. And you see, on the other hand, white parents, the guy from England, you're gonna agree with me. It doesn't matter what you guys want to do, your parents are always gonna tell you to go and do it, right? Yeah, like probably when you were coming to Oman, you told your parents, Dad, I want to be in the desert. And he was like, go ahead, son, here's a ticket, go. That's what you guys do. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they can achieve their dreams, alright? Because even in Oman, when you see, there'll be a white guy and he'll just say that I want to raise awareness and I want to cycle from Muscat to Salalah and he'll get sponsors for 10,000 riyals, 20,000 riyals. Raise awareness for what? To buy a flat at the Wave. Now imagine if this guy or me or any one of us goes to one of the companies and goes like, hello, I want to cycle from Muscat to Salalah and I want 10,000 riyals. They'd be like, no, go to Salalah, take a roundabout, go back to India. That's what they would do. That's what happens, right? Because that's how we are. Even when we go to Al Fair, we try to small talk white people, right? Like we'll be in the aisle, we'll see a white guy come in and, hello, hi. Peanut butter, yeah. Nice, right? That's what we do, right? We go to Lulu, someone says hi, we're like, who the fuck, bastard, go away. That's what we do, right? That's what we do. That's in our thing. We put them there, so now let them be there. Like when you go to your friend's house, oh shit. Bilal, what are you trying to do, man? I'll tell you something. I've noticed this, tell me if I'm wrong. A lot of people, when you ask them, that, hey man, where are you going? They'll just be like, I'm going to Shadi with my friend Rajesh. Okay, one example. If you talk to someone else, if someone has like a foreign friend and you ask them, hey man, where are you headed? Oh, I'm headed with my German friend Ricky to MQ. Don't we do that? Do you have foreign friends? You don't? Shit, man. It's a sad life.
I have foreign friends back in the US.
You what?
I have foreign friends back in the US.
You have foreign friends back in the US.
Yeah.
Did you meet them on online poker?
No, I work with them.
You know them. How? Did you went to?
I work overseas.
You work overseas?
Yeah, I work as a
Bloody hell, man. Damn. Do you have any foreign friends? Do you have friends? You have foreign friends, you do. Sri Lankan people, man, you guys are so cool, man. I love Kandy. I went to Kandy. It was the most beautiful place that I went to. And your women are so beautiful. And they're so friendly, man. You say hi, they're like, ah, you want to go out? And they're like, no, I'm not ready for this. Like in Oman, you know how it happens, right? There are weird dating spots in Oman. The date starts from Salud Select. The first thing you do is at night on a Thursday at 1:30 p.m. there'll be like girls in their car sitting over there. You'll see a guy parked next to her, and then just keep staring. And then you exchange numbers. The second date is always in Sifa. You know why? Because stargazing, right? There's a clear night sky. It's dark over there. Sorry, what? Did you say something, man? Did I sound like a guy? You look like a guy, but you don't sound like a guy. Oh, come on, hey. Just joking, just joking. Nice shorts, man. Any shorter and things would come out. What is that? Such a short short, it's making me uncomfortable. Look at that. Yeah.
You clearly need to live.
Don't go to Rui, man. A taxi driver will grab you. You're gonna be like, Matra, Matra. You'll be like, no, home. But yeah, man. Oh. Are you having fun, guys? Wow, okay. Very good. So recently, how many people went to Mall of Oman? Mall of Oman, guys? Mall of Oman? Yeah, it was so good. Mall of Oman, yeah, Mall of Oman. You there too? Yeah, Mall of Oman? Good. It's so awesome. I got to visit Muscat Pharmacy and Carrefour. Because those were the only two things that were open. I went there, Muscat Pharmacy was good. I lost my card. And then the thing is, I was in the toilet of Mall of Oman. And I felt so emotional because I know sooner or later this toilet is going to become so dirty. The toilet was so new, I got emotional. I was like pissing and crying at the same time. And you know, the hand shower was so clean. And the hand shower, it had the appropriate pressure. Because you know, after a few months, if you take that hand shower, there'll be water coming out of your mouth. That's how it becomes so hard. Even non-Muslim people get circumcised. They come out, they're like, my name is Salim from Dubai. Why, what happened? Because, oh God, it's crazy, man. But I'll tell you what really scares me. I was in Kurum city center, and it was around 10:30. And I don't know about you guys, man, you're yawning, that means you're not having fun. Why are you yawning? I'm going to call out on people who yawn at my show. I'm going to stop the joke, we're going to continue from here. Man, why are you yawning? If you were sleepy, you should have stayed home, or if you're sleepy right now, that means I'm boring. So guys, majority vote. Am I boring or not?
Someone say yes.
Who?
I don't know. I heard it from that side.
Someone said yes? Oh, okay, no worries. This guy said yes. Now he's saying no. Man, why are you yawning? What do you want me to talk? Sorry? I just heard you had a long what? You had a long day at work. Oh, okay. What do you do in here? What do you work as in Oman? Communications. Wow, alright. Do you talk like this to your customer? That hi. Welcome to our company. Make sure you take some mouthwash, yeah, because I'm just saying, everyone needs to take care of their dental hygiene, okay? I swear I was with this one girl. She came in to kiss and she opened her mouth. I felt I was sitting in Kamat. I swear. She was like, hi, and I was like, can I have one dahi puri, please? Because that's how it smelled. But yeah, like I was saying, I was in Kurum Carrefour, And around 10:30, I went to the toilet, and it was really empty. Okay, I'm inside, and I'm taking a leak, and I'll have to act it out. I'm sorry because no one takes a leak like this. Okay, so I'm taking a leak, and out of nowhere, for a second, I heard, "Hey." Psst. And I'm standing there, so I just shake a little, right? I'm like, because there was no one in the toilet when I went in. Even the cleaner wasn't there. And then after a few seconds, after 30 seconds, I wasn't done yet. And then I heard someone go like, "Hey, psst." And right now I was ready to run, right? I was like, you know what? I'll just leave everything in. I'm just going to run outside. And then I opened the door and I saw it was one of those bastards on the wall, those automatic air fresheners. That just stick there, go like, "Hey, psst." Shit, I was so scared at that point of time. Did you ever get scared, man? Because of those air freshener? You don't use air freshener? You leave it in the... I like the natural aroma of our toilet. You do like the air fresheners. Alright. Who else can I talk to, man? I really miss the table over there. Like those guys. Guys, you can take your mask off. It's okay. Okay, you can put it back on. Good choice. Hey, everyone's beautiful, okay? And if you're not beautiful from the outside, you have it in the inside. That is such a shit statement, I'm telling you, seriously. People lie when they go like, "No, you're beautiful on the inside." No. I'm sorry. You're playing life on hard mode. I'll tell you something, I used to have a weight issue. And people didn't hold back because you see, right now, for everything there's a support group. If you're an alcoholic, there's a support group. If you're into some other bad habit, there's a support group. Back in my days, kids used to just tease me. My own crush, my first crush. You know what she called me when I asked her out? I was like, "Hey, would you go out with me?" She was like, "Hey, shut up, fatty bambula." Fatty bambula. That's what she called me, man. It hurt like hell. And I still live in that. No, I don't need a thumbs up for that, sir. Like, yeah, fatty bambula. So yeah, oh, God, I think I'm gonna pass out. How long has it been though? Am I done? My time is done? Because I'm having fun, guys. I'm having an amazing time. You guys have been amazing so far. So I can go on if you guys want me to go on. This is so sentimental, wow. Alright, let's talk about Dubai. Let's talk about Dubai. How many people went to Dubai since the lockdown was lifted? Dubai, anyone? Dubai? Dubai? I'll tell you something about Dubai, okay? First of all, when you go to Dubai, you go there. Check. You go to Dubai, now you see in Oman, the roads are very forgiving. That's how the roads are built in Oman, right? When you're driving, you miss a turn, there's another U-turn. I like to call them stupid U-turns. Right? Because Omani roads are friendly, they're just like the Omani people. They're like, "Oh, you missed one? No problem, another one." They're like DJ Khaled, "No problem, another one." You know, they keep doing that, another one, and then there's double shum, so you just fall off. Okay? But in Dubai, things are crazy, man. You miss one exit, you miss your once in a lifetime opportunity. You're like, I want, and you know the thing is, you can see the exit where you want to get in Dubai, but you can't go there. You're like, "I want to go there." And it keeps going on and on. And the Burj Khalifa, man, it's so beautiful, right? I always feel like Burj Khalifa is like Dubai sticking out its middle finger. Like, build this. I did this. I'm still family friendly so far, okay? Still friendly. But yeah, Dubai is crazy, man. You go there, and what I've noticed is that in Oman, if you look at a girl, she'll look at you, and if she's interested, she's gonna look at you. Like, I can see so many girls are looking at me right now. Man, by the way, you have the most beautiful big eyes I've seen in my life. You there, man. Not you, man. Hold on. Dad, I found a husband. But yeah, ma'am, you there, you have the biggest eyes I've seen in my life, and they're natural, right? You didn't get any surgery done or something. Are you Lebanese? No, okay, generally because when I see a Lebanese girl and I compliment her, because Lebanese girls are beautiful, they have this natural gift called plastic surgery, right? So, wow, people are Lebanese sensitive, like don't both are Lebanese. We like our shawarmas. Welcome. Look at all these hungry wolves. Look at this. All the guys, their tongue was sticking out. They're like, wow. Hi guys, you guys are bikers, I assume. Nice, nice. And what is your bike club called? Hawks. Nice. I want to be like that. I want to have like a biker club, and I have an electronic scooter in which I stand and I ride like this. People honk at you and shit, man. Okay, are we gonna sit or? Hi, hello, hello, hi. Welcome to the show, man. We have a seat right here. Come here, please. Please. Come on in. It's okay. It's okay. He doesn't bite, I swear. No, she doesn't. This is what happens, man. Sorry? She instantly got famous.
She's TikTok famous. She's a TikTok.
Oh, she's from TikTok. Wow, hey, give a round of applause for TikTok, guys. Woo! Yeah. Hello, hi. TikTok, nice. Oh, wow. The first half was good. The second half is even better. Nice. Man, where are you from? England. Recently I'd gone to Manchester, by the way. Yeah, and I love the place. It was so good. I even went to Scotland after that. I took a drive down. And people were so nice to me. They're like, oh, you're an Arab. Run, Mike, run. They didn't do that, of course. So, ma'am, you're a TikToker based in Oman. And what else do you do? You're a teacher? Oh, I love the accent. Wow. And are you single, ma'am? You married? What's happening? Why are you guys laughing, ma'am? Come on. Sorry? Okay, ma'am, I'll ask her. Ma'am, if on a first date a guy takes you to Subway, would you give him a second chance? Depend what he orders from Subway, you see? Smart. That's smart. Well done. All right. Hey, don't feel shy, man. It's okay. You made his day, I swear. He's going to frame this moment in his heart. And what's your name, ma'am? Mia. Wow. Don't tell me the second name is Khalifa. No, okay, thank God. All the other guys were like, Khalifa. Sir, you clapped as well, you're married. Caught you! Your wife was staring at him and he's like, Mia Khalifa, yeah! No, she's a teacher. Where are you from, sir? What do you do in Oman? Come here, I can't hear you. Come on, give a round of applause, guys. Give a round of applause. Hello?
I would have made you a perfect Lawati.
You would have made a perfect Lawati.
You missed the Lexus part.
Oh, you have a Lexus?
I sell Lexus.
Can you adopt me?
That's what a Lawati does.
Lawati does? Wow, you're taking shots at Lawati now. Hold on, let me call Arup. No. So, sir, how long have you been in Oman?
21 years.
21 years, wow. And you've been selling Lexus all that time?
Oh yeah, more so. 20 years with Lexus, 1 year with another.
1 year with?
Another brand.
Traitor. 20 years and that's one. It must be heartbreaking though.
First 1 year with another brand, then with Lexus.
Okay, I feel like my show has become like a marketing gig, right? Okay, buy Lexus, guys. Okay, we have a Lexus guy, we have an organic fruit, vegetables guy, and then we have me, of course. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Round of applause, guys. Give a round of applause for him. Oh. By the way, guys, I want to ask you a question. It's a personal observation, okay? And you guys are going to vouch for it. Why? Hey, man, how are you? Hello, man. Hi. Hello. Nice hairstyle, man. I like it. Wow. That's the Rui haircut. So I'll tell you something, guys. It's a personal observation. There's something wrong with my mic. Yeah. It's a personal observation. I don't know if you guys have noticed. And again, I'm not trying to be racist, but the Men at Work signboard What color is the man shoveling? Can you tell me? Who said white? You colorblind? Black guy, right? Now you see, sometimes I wonder that why can't they put it in a different color scheme, right? Makes sense? Yeah, we could change the color scheme, put in a white person, but then you know how these guys get paid, right? In the Gulf, because yeah, you can afford like 4 or 5 Indian guys or Pakistani guys at that signboard for that price, and for obvious reasons, you don't want to put an Arab because it says men at work. Check my mic. Do you guys hear that? For obvious reasons, you don't put an Arab because it says men at work. Because if it's an Arab guy in that men at work signboard, he won't be shoveling, he would be like lying down like that. And it would say, Inshallah, men will be at work soon. Alright? Guys, that's my time. I had an amazing time performing for you. Now, before I leave the stage, I'm going to leave with Mia, of course. Okay? This is my only ticket right now, okay, to fly to England. Alright? And I can make you laugh. And that's the best quality you can have. I'm not going to work though. You're going to do all the working. Okay? I'm just going to make you laugh. Alright? And do you approve like what you see right now?
She's being nice.
Kaboom. And where do you live, Mia? Bosha? I live in Mumtaz area. And we have a small pigeon house. I hope you like pigeons. Yeah, because they keep shitting on people's car and my dad keeps shitting on my dreams. So, so what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to leave the stage, but can I have a big round of applause for Die Hard, guys? Can I have a round of applause for Die Hard? For all the hard-working staff that has been serving you all this while, a round of applause for them. A big round of applause for your MC for the evening, guys, Bilal. Also, do not forget to follow your local comedy brand, guys. That's what we try to do. We call Humor Infection. It's the American humor, so there's no U. I'm sorry, Nia. Okay? There's HUMOR, Humor Infection, on Facebook as well as Instagram. Follow us, support us, and yeah, we're gonna have more gigs over here. Also, before I leave, I wanted to give a shout out to someone, but I forgot, so thank you so much, guys. That's all. Thank you so much for coming out. Highly appreciate it. Abbas Salawati signing off. Thank you. Guys, before I leave, I need to give out the merchandise that I have over here. It's our personal mugs. I designed them and it says tea bagging and pull out required. Because that's what you do. You put tea bag and then you take your tea bag out. So, bro, you know what? You took a lot of hits like a champ during the show. Here's a mug for you, man. Here's a mug for you. Round of applause, guys. Give it up for this guy. You know what? Yeah, actually, bro, here's one for you, man. There you go. Give a round of applause, guys. Here. There you go, man. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I got a free mug!
Mia? There you go. Round of applause, guys. Thank you so much. See you in the next show. Have a great night.
Yeah, that's our whole thing there. Hey, how are you?
So, ayun na nga, tapos na. Yan ang nakapag-video natin, yung mga bisita natin. Yan. Yan na sila. So, maraming salamat. Eksakto na 1 oras yung video natin. So, bye-bye. Yun na. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Love you, love you.